I've had such a weird 2 days, it's ridiculous. And it all started yesterday. Basically what ended up happening is I'm at work, because I do have a day job, and I get a text from a buddy of mine saying, dude, are you seeing what's happening with the Tesla stocks? I read the text, I don't pay too much attention. Almost immediately sends me another text. Is this the end of Tesla? I go, what is going on? So I take a look at the stocks. At that point, it dropped. There was a drop in 10% drop in the Tesla stocks. I go, okay, well, that's nothing new. Let's be honest. Over the last 6 months, I mean, geez, I think it's even gone as low as 250 a share, right? And I think it went up as high as 370, I believe. And I'm just saying this from the top of my head, from what I remember. But yeah, it's not exactly something new. When I buy shares because, well, I want to hold on to them, and I have faith in Tesla, so it's not a big deal for me. And that's all fine and dandy. I gave him a call. I said, hey, don't worry about it, nothing new. This happens a lot with Tesla, up and down, up and down, up and down. And besides, if the shares are going down, it just gives me an opportunity to buy more shares. I don't want to buy shares at 350. I would rather buy shares at 290 if I can, right? And I'm not saying that I want it to go down. I'm saying, if as a shareholder, I actually would prefer to buy shares low. Common sense, right? The day goes on, and throughout the day I get multiple texts. Are you seeing what's happening with Tesla? Are you, is this, how bad is this? And some of these guys are guys who own Teslas, and I go, well, don't worry about it. The weird part is, this is all coming, in a pretty short span. Like almost everybody is texting me or calling me around the same time. And I have a friend of mine, he calls me up and he says, look, should I be worried about Tesla? I mean, I just bought mine. I don't know what's going on. Like, is there even going to be a company by the time I'm 6 months into my ownership? And I tell him, look, don't worry about it. This is not the end of the world. This is just it's kind of normal for Tesla, right? Now, what caused all this? Well, basically what caused all this is Elon Musk actually said, there's going to be a 7% drop in their workforce. They are going to let go about 7% of their workforce. And I can understand this. With last year's massive ramp up of the Model 3 and the amount of people and the extra hands they needed on deck, it makes sense to me that they overhired people as well. Now, is this the actual situation? I have no way of knowing that, obviously. But to me, it kind of makes sense in terms of the business. There was a massive demand for people, and then now when it kind of softened out a little bit, you have way too many people, which is also costing you a ton of money. And as we all know, Tesla is getting judged based on how much profit they can make. And I understand this. 7% is a large number. I have another video coming out. Please keep an eye for this on the second video coming out, hopefully in the next 2-3 days. And that's going to be something I wanted to put together a little while ago, but this is the perfect opportunity. So basically, here's how this works. I have no issues with what's happening right now with Tesla. This is, again, normal, no big deal. However, he did say in the same report, saying that they're going to lower their expectations in terms of how much profit they're going to make in Q4. And I can see that. To me, it makes sense. There's, again, a huge overhead, right? Currently, Tesla is doing a lot of things, and the more they do, the more overhead they have. That's just business. That's just the way it is. So, for me, I am not worried about this. You see, Tesla will have, in the next 5 months, 2 convertible bonds worth $1.15 billion. And I believe Tesla's cash on hand is only about 2 point something. So, 2.2 billion, I believe it is. As far as assets go, Tesla has a dramatic amount of assets, but cash on hand is not the same thing as assets. So I can see where this is going to cause, a little bit of issues this year, where every time one of these bonds come up, people are going to be going, well, can they pay those bonds? Now, here's my whole thing. The total for the next 5 months is around 1.15 billion. Now, when people are thinking about this and they're looking at, is there a huge demand? What's happening with the Chinese market? The Chinese market is also, making more EVs than they need. There's kind of like an influx of all these new companies. So Tesla being in China, is that really going to help Tesla? So there's a lot of questions that I think make sense. However, you have to look at the big picture here. And as far as Tesla and funds go, we don't know where they stand. I don't know the details on my side anyway. I'm not, you know, in tune with this stuff. But what I do know is ultimately there is enough money to take care of all of the things that they need to take care of at the moment. And the sales are only going up. With Elon Musk trying to get to that affordable 35,000, frankly, the Model 3 is both a good thing and a bad thing for Tesla. See, the Model 3 put a lot of pressure onto Tesla with regards to the manufacturing, the manpower needed, and God knows the countless expenses that they needed to do to make everything happen in 2018. 2018 actually ended up being a profitable year, and that's great. Now, with Tesla saying, with Elon Musk saying that 2019's, well, at least Q4, you know, he's expecting not as high of a profit, people panic. Okay, but that profit is still a profit. See, this is where Tesla is making 2 quarters in a row a profit. They're not losing money. So, this whole time, everybody's been talking about, can they build the cars? Can they sell the cars? Can they become profitable? Well, they built the cars, they sold the cars, and they were profitable last quarter, right? So now the big question is going to be, can they pay out these bonds, right? Well, yes, obviously they can pay it out. What kind of pressure that will put on Tesla? Well, we'll have to see that. But Tesla at the same time is a company that keeps moving. It's not stopping, right? It takes the funds it has, invests it, puts it into making the company a bigger and bigger market. What's going to end up happening? I have no idea. Is this the end of Tesla? Oh, heck no, it's not. I don't see it. I just don't. There's nothing telling me that this is, you know, any of this. The stock's going down, the bonds that they have to come by, that they have to pay out. None of this, even the competition. I don't see all this stuff being a negative influence on Tesla. I think it's just going to take a little bit of, it might put a little bit more pressure on them here and there, but I think Tesla's doing a big restructuring here, trying to figure out what they're doing next. I don't see a problem. Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys see a problem? Do you guys see a future problem? Is there something I forgot to mention? And again, even this morning, I received I'm receiving, you know, more and more texts. Are you seeing what's happening with the stocks? Have you seen what's going on? Obviously, the news is they're reporting like crazy on this. I love my car. I love the company. I definitely love driving this car, and I am a very happy shareholder. I don't buy shares for today. I don't buy shares for tomorrow. I buy them. I hold on to them. I'll keep buying Tesla stocks. I have no problem doing that. The more Tesla shares I own, the better I am. I'm not worried about it. And I never ever buy more than what I can afford. So, with all that said, let me know your comments below. Do you think this is the end of Tesla? I obviously don't. So, yeah. Don't forget to watch the next video. The next video, I'm going to be asking all of you guys for a massive amount of help because there's something I want to do. And just look forward to the next video. It should be out in 2 or 3 days. As always, drive safe. Coming from a guy who's not even holding a steering wheel. Bye.